I've got a Conference USA regular season champion, Sam Houston Bearcats here. This is a Bearcats team. They go 21-12 last year. They did have a disappointing end to their season in the semifinals, but this year they come in third in the preseason polls, 3 first-place votes, tied with Louisiana Tech for the most in the conference. They bring back 2 starters from last year, Lamar Wilkerson, who averaged close to 14 points a game, and Damon Nicholas Jr. A lot of roster changes. Jaden Ray graduated. Devon Barnes has transferred, and they bring in 9 new players. They should have increased depth with a focus on interchangeable pieces. Their non-conference schedule, it features trips to Baylor, to Indiana, to Pittsburgh. They will open Conference USA play versus New Mexico State on January 2nd, and we are excited to be joined by Bearcats head coach Chris Mudge and their preseason all-conference guard Lamar Wilkerson. Guys, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having us this morning.
Good morning.
Well, Coach, we briefly touched on it. Last season did not end the way that you guys wanted to, coming off that regular season championship. How have y'all used that as fuel heading into this offseason?
You know, we talk how much we're not defined by one game at any point during the season. You know, that last game didn't define the success that we had, the growth that we had, who we were last year. But we learned a lot of lessons on the way about what it takes to win at a high level, what it takes to win in this league, because it's an incredible league with talent and coaches and what it took. And we used those lessons to really make this offseason a very good offseason. We got better from top to bottom, from me as a coach to how we got to get ourselves ready to win every night, to our players and their motivation. And I'm sure each one of us, including myself, has a little bad taste of all the things that I know that I could have done better to help my team in a moment like that. But in a league as good as Conference USA, every night is a really tough game, and you got to have your best. And we know that, and that's helped us really get ready to have great preparation and a great journey with practice in the offseason and all that to be ready to try to win some more games this year.
Well, a chip on the shoulder of the Sam Houston Bearcats could be dangerous for the rest of the league. Coach, from the outside looking in, this appears to be an extremely close unit. A lot of guys that like playing together. What do you guys do to go about building that culture, that closeness on this team?
You've got to give them a lot of the credit. They're the reason that our culture is what it is. They love to compete. They love to hoop. They love to win. And the time that they put in together is the time that pays off when you see that. You see the joy. You see the intensity. You see the love that they have to play together. I don't know if there's any one thing that we do other than kind of some structured practice and some things we talk about, the pillars of our team and things like that. But the credit goes to them and recruiting the right kind of guys that just love to hoop and love to play together.
Well, let's talk about some of those new guys, because I'm excited about some of the new pieces on this team. I think of a guy like Josiah Hammonds, who comes over from Incarnate Word. When you look at this roster, all the newcomers, who are some guys that you feel like can take big steps forward and be impact players for your squad?
Gosh, I really think you could have listed most all of them, and they have a chance to make a big impact on our season. And so it'll be tough to single out a couple and practice has been fun and interesting to watch, because each of those new guys is learning what it takes every day and learning what it means to play Bearcat basketball. And so there's one days where one of them takes a big leap and another one takes one another day, and you could see them getting better all the time. But I think the depth of this team is going to be a strength of ours. I think we have a lot of guys who can come in and do some really good things. Our practices are really competitive because we have a lot of pretty good players. And so we've had guys who've been very successful at different schools and different levels and have bought into what it takes to be here. And guys like Lamar and Cam and our other returners have just showed them the ropes and what it's like and what it has to be every day to have championship habits. And so I've seen them all flourish. It'll be interesting as time goes, just because it's early in practice, but I've loved what I've seen out of our new guys. And a lot of that's a testament to what our returners have showed them, said, hey, this is how we do things. This is what it looks like. This is the example of what it is. And so, you know, guys like Josiah, Brennan, Khalifa, I could go down the line, Eric Jackson, Dorian, those guys are going to be impactful. And I think we hit on the money with the kind of men that they are. They're great people and they're good players. And so we just need to keep getting better with them.
Coach, you talk about the great players on this roster, and you've got a bona fide stud sitting next to you in Lamar Wilkerson. We know about Lamar on the court. Talk to us about who Lamar is off the court and what he provides to this team.
Lamar's one of the guys, and luckily I have a lot of them, but when Lamar's graduated and making a ton of money playing pro, I'm going to want to hang out with Lamar. He's just he is the life of the party, has personality, is always joking, funny. We talk about how your energy is the first thing in the room, and his is always phenomenal. And so people just are gravitated to him as a person, and he's just a lot of fun to be around.
Well, Lamar, when you're making a lot of money, I want to hang out with you as well. But Lamar, you had a big decision to make after the last season. You go into the transfer portal, you look at your options, you decide, hey, Sam Houston is where I want to play this season. Why was Sam Houston the right fit for you?
I'm the type of dude that, I want to win where I go. And Sam Houston has, been there and helped me become a better basketball player, a better man on and off the floor. So I just wanted to give back and, run it back and try to get to where we didn't get last year. And so that's my ultimate goal this year is just, win the conference title, go dancing, do everything, and just bring it back to Sam Houston.
Now, Lamar, you put up those huge numbers last year, and I don't think many people realized you were dealing with an injury all season long. You're back. You're healthy now at this point. What does a healthy Lamar Wilkerson look like out on the court? Because the injured one looked pretty good.
Gotta wait till November to see, man.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that. But Lamar, last question here for you. I've been told that this is an ultra-competitive team, that you guys even compete over video games. What are some ways that this team likes to relax, hang out off the court?
I'm a grill master. So, they'll come to the house, I'll get on the grill. We got, 2-3 P5s in the area, so we just hook up the TVs, get on the game, just enjoy each other's company. Just little stuff like that, man, just to build chemistry. We'll go to the pool or something and just hang out. Just, we're always around each other.
Well, it's solidified. Next time I'm in Huntsville, Texas, I'm calling you up, Lamar. We're going to spend some time together. A lot of good food going down in Huntsville, Texas. Well, Coach Mudge, Lamar, thank you for coming on the Conference USA Basketball Tip-Off Show.
Thank you for having us.
Well, we are moving on. We're heading back over to the studio now. Matt Warner, Paul Nazigan standing by with some thoughts on the Sam Houston men's basketball team.
Yeah, thanks, Noah. Yeah, what a first season it was for Chris Mudge. But you heard Lamar mention it there. Coach said all the right things. Lamar said, we want to finish what we couldn't this past year. Is this the classic something to prove team trying to back up the success they had a year ago?
Yeah, I think it is, and it's a shame it kind of ended for them because they had such a phenomenal season, going 13-3 in conference and kind of being up on top the whole way through. But yeah, I think there is something to prove. You can sort of hear it in their comments, and you want that. You talked about how competitive those guys are, and that did not sit well with them. But here's the thing: I don't think they're going to be on the revenge tour.
Right.
They're not going to obsess over it, and it's not like the something to prove is to the conference. I really believe it's something to prove to themselves. They know what they got in that locker room. They know they left some unfinished business out there. I think they want to show themselves we got what it takes, and we're going to go all the way this year.
Davon Barnes, gone. Jaden Ray, one of the more underrated players in this conference a year ago, he's gone. Can Lamar Wilkerson be the guy to shoulder even more of the load this season, or do you see some other guys chipping in?
Yeah, he certainly can, and he will take a bigger step forward. He's a phenomenal player, but, you're going to need help. And so I look at guys like Damon Nicholas, and you look over last season. He had some really good outings, and he's going to take a bigger role. And then you throw in there Cam Hoofner.
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of a big bruising guy that can also shoot the three, and he's a great passer. I've kind of labeled him, and I mean this as a compliment, so Cam, don't come after me. He's the Bill Laimbeer of Conference USA.
Bad boys.
Yeah.
And Sam Houston, are they the bad boys of the conference?
They like to mix it up. They got a great team. I think they're one of those teams that has what it takes. I'll not be surprised if they're raising some hardware in March.
Yeah, they are certainly physical and tough. You know you're going to get that on a nightly basis.
Absolutely.